guys, welcome back. I think we're doing Capricorns, my BFFs. Alright. Capricorn. Capricorn. Let's see. What's going on? What's going on? Reflection. Okay. Oh, there's a lot on your abundance and grace. This is too many. I'm just gonna do this. I feel like Capricorns, if you guys haven't already, you guys are kind of doing a reflecting period right now of I actually feel like this is future, to be honest with you. I feel like there's money that's coming in. It's a nice little chunk that's going to help you either build like a little bit of a nest egg, or it's going to be able to get you out of like get you caught up on whatever it is that you have to do. I don't feel like this is, excuse me, I don't feel like this is necessarily past, but it could be that you're reflecting on past, the way that you've handled money in the past, and it feels like whenever this money comes in, because I do feel like there's money coming in for you, okay? I feel like you guys are reflecting on the way that you handled your money, the way that you went about your life with the money, right? What did you do with it? How did you handle it? Did you handle it with grace? Being not only like so much grace, yes, grace, but also like I'm honestly getting like a sense of humbleness, right? Oh my god, there's something bothering me in my eye, and it literally just happened right now. I just came from outside, and it's gonna take me 3.5 days to cool down. But something just went in my eye. Anyway, I do feel like, yeah, it's still there, but okay. I do feel like you guys are, yeah. And if you guys aren't yet, like I said, I feel like this is something that's coming in, and I feel like you guys are going to reflect on the way you've handled money in the past, the way what you've done with your money, the way that you've set it up. I mean, Capricorns, though, at least the Capricorns I know, are pretty good with their money, and they're actually, at least, well, a few Capricorns that I know are very philanthropic. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but they're very good with saving their money. They're very good with their cushion. They're very good also with giving back, right? That's why I said, oh, I don't know about giving, because my father was a Capricorn, and yes, he was good with money, but he hoarded his money for himself and for my mom. So mostly for himself, though. Like, it wasn't like he was equal with my mom either, but it wasn't like for us, right? But for the most part, the Capricorns that I do know, they are very good at giving back. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like that you do actually like charity work. You guys are very good at giving back to your friends, to family. Like, hey, I got, you know, I'm good, let's go eat, let's go. I know I had a friend who was very, very, well, she was very, very, very giving and very loving, and she would always spoil me and my daughters, and especially when I was going through it, you know, she would always buy us food when we would go over to her house. I would try to, you know, that's not an English word, that's a Spanish word. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time. I don't know if I'm like speaking to somebody that speaks Spanish more than English, because I'm wanting to like do it back and forth. When I go to Mexico, it's kind of like that. Like, it's almost like I don't know how to speak English, but I don't know how to speak Spanish either. Any hooser, that's kind of what it feels like, alright? And I feel like you guys are wanting to actually, like, with this money, I'm getting that you guys are actually wanting to give more of yourselves, right? For whoever I'm reading for, some Capricorns are going to see this and be like, no. But I do feel like for a lot of you guys are wanting to be grateful about the money that you're getting. I do feel like you're going to take care of yourselves first. Obviously, get caught up in whatever you have to get caught up. You know, get yourself a little cushion, right? If you don't already have one. And if you do, I'm also hearing, what is it called? Investing in stocks. But I also feel like you guys are wanting to give back, because I feel like you guys have been through something where it was really difficult. It's been very difficult, and I feel like now that you're going to have you're gonna get an abundance of money. It feels like you're wanting to give back, right? You know what? Talking about that, I've been seeing all of those pop up. It would take me a while to be able to do that, but like one of those like pop up food banks, like where you build a little shed. I can straight up build a shed. Yo, like I went through this, like I become very addictive. I have Gemini rising. So when I get into something, I get into something. And I went through my DIY phase where I was making everything, bro. I was making clothes. I was making like so much shit, okay? I made a whole bunch of Halloween decorations. Like I was doing everything. Even now, like I still do my own oils. I have like 21 oils, right? For anger, for anxiety, for heartbreak, for whatever it is you need. But yeah, building my own little shed where people could come and get like food, like food banks. But I want to do one where that's really difficult, but I want to do one where it's like, because I've been to food banks, like I have, yeah, I went through it. I've been through it time and time again too. And the one thing that they always give, it's like they give mac and cheese, but no butter or milk, right? Like, how am I supposed to make this mac and cheese? Or they'd give cereal and no milk, right? When you have no money, like literally you have no money. So I know a lot of places started doing like milk and like eggs and like cat food, which was sweet. Anyway, that was just going through my mind because I saw somebody on TikTok and I was like, that would be cool. Anyway, the six of swords, yeah, you moved away. I feel like you've moved away from the Empress in reverse, Capricorn. The Empress in reverse. Okay, you're getting your own justice because you moved away from the Empress in reverse. The Empress in reverse is basically like, I personally am one of those people that's like, okay, so for example, like I'm thinking of Aurora, is it Aurora? Maleficent? And I'm like, bro, she deserved her. That woman, what they did to her was fucked up, okay? And I'm sorry, like, she should have destroyed that whole place, right? That's my mindset. So, but, you know, if I'm gonna, like, give you guys an example, it's almost like a queen. Like, I always think of, like, an empress as the queen, right? Like, the queen of the castle, could make money, is in charge, like, has a good head on her shoulders. She's an empress. She's an empress. To me, I think of the empress as the queen. And it doesn't even have to. You don't have to have a husband. You can be an empress, just be the queen, right? Like Queen Elizabeth. She wasn't married towards the end, right? She was the queen on her own. But that's kind of what I see, right? And with the queen in reverse, it's almost like Maleficent, right? But not like in the theory of where I was like, she deserves it. Like, if we're just talking about stories, right? It's like somebody who wants a throne, who pretends to be something they're not, who pretends to be like, even with like Mother, like they use their children as like chess pieces, right? They use them as like something to be used as to gain, right? So I don't know who this is, but what the hell? I don't know who this is, Capricorns. And this could even be a man, but this could be a man in like a very negative, toxic, feminine energy, right? And there's a lot of men with toxic femininity, all right? The ones that we sit there and we're like, those are the ones that have the toxic femininity. The ones that act like mean girls, but yet they're men. That's toxic femininity. They don't have a healthy feminine view. They behave like a bitch, right? Clarifying abundance, we got the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. I still have something in my eye, dude. And the Hermit. You healed. You healed from having to deal with people that were using money to control you. They were using money to puppeteer you, to get you to do what you needed to do. Like I said, it's like the queen. When the queen's like, oh, if you don't do what I say, I'm going to cut you off. You're not going to have your inheritance. That's a really bad accent. But you know what? We're not here for accents. We're here for tarot, okay? Yeah. I feel like you went within and you were like, is it really worth it to be puppeteered by someone, to be controlled by someone, and it's not. I can tell you, absolutely not. Having your freedom is absolutely fucking priceless. Not being told or controlled who you can be with, what you can be, how to enjoy your life. It is absolutely not worth being controlled by any fucking money. And this is actually why I've had to start over so many times, because I refuse to be controlled by anybody or their money. And so I'd rather do it the hard way and have to start over than have somebody tell me or lose my autonomy, right? Or my freedom in any way. Oh, you can't go out, or you can't wear, you can't talk to me. Get the out of my face. Get out of my face, okay? And I feel like you guys have started to heal this, or you guys are healing this, right? With the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, I feel like you guys allowed it for a while too. I feel like you guys were allowing and with the 8 of Swords, you guys were really stuck in your heads. You know what it's giving? It's giving like when you're in a really shitty relationship, but they've controlled you so much that you don't have like anywhere to go. You don't have your own bank account. You don't have friends or family because they've disconnected you from that. Like, it's giving toxic relationships, right? And that's why people do that. That's why like narcissistic or just toxic people do that, because they want you under their thumb. They want you to not be able to leave, because where the fuck am I gonna go? I'm gonna tell you right now, I've been homeless. Because I was like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I will start all over. And so literally, to give you guys an example, I told the universe, like, I need to move. And I was told it was going to be rough, but I wasn't told how rough. And I think they held that back on purpose. But when I tell you that I got a phone call on Monday about this place, and on Wednesday it was already like ready to go, and I moved within 2 weeks. A 2-level house I moved, and I drove myself in a U-Haul, okay? So when I tell you that I'm not afraid any longer to start over, because I've started over so many times, like, it's no longer an issue, right? half my shit broke, half my things, I lost them. Like, I did. And it is what it is. At this point, I don't even care about shit anymore. Like, of course I care about the stuff I have, but like, once I lose it now, it's not even an issue, because I've gone and like, I lost a case of one of my tarot cards, to tell you that that's how sad I was. I think that's the main thing that I was sad about, because I was like, oh my god, no. But I'm so used to like starting over that it's not a non-issue. But it can be fucking scary when you don't know where you're gonna land, when you don't know when your next month your money is gonna come in, and you have bills to pay, when you have food to buy, and you don't know. Man, I've been there time and time again. Like, not even one time, I've been there many times. And it's crazy, because I remember at least 3 times that I've had to start all over. I ended up going down because of a relationship. A relationship took me down and out, and I was doing good, and then all of a sudden somebody came in and yep, because we give ourselves away. And we don't understand those boundaries, right? And we allow people to come in and basically siphon from us, right? Clarifying reflection, you got writer. Yeah, there's a messenger. There's messages coming in. There's movements going on that you don't even see coming in yet. I do feel like there's either going to be, you're either going to travel, you're receiving some kind of news. This could be a letter, this could be an email. You could even be receiving a visitor. But things are about to start speeding up real quickly. I'm talking about like real quickly. Like, this is not one of the kind of readings that I feel like is gonna be like in 3 months, right? I feel like this is coming in a lot sooner, right? With abundance, child, there's going to be brand new beginnings. There's going to be brand new beginnings, and I feel like you're going to be able to allow your inner child come out and play, right? Because you haven't been able to do that, if ever at all, or in a really long time. Because when you're worried about when you're hustling, when you're trying to figure things out, you're in your masculine. When you're trying to heal and you're trying to meditate and all that, you're in your feminine. The inner child doesn't, you have to work really hard to allow your inner child to come out and play, especially when there's no money, when you're worried about this, when you're worried about that. How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? But things are going to start very much like a childlike beginning, right? There's going to be a lot of news. There's going to be a lot of oohs, ahs. I've never seen that before. I've always wanted to see that before, right? There's going to be a lot of spontaneous, like, traveling, a lot of spontaneous adventures, I'm hearing. There's even going to be carefree time. All the while, there's going to be abundance still coming in. I don't feel like you're not necessarily going to be working. I do feel like there is something coming in that's allowing you more freedom, right? You're going to have a brand new perspective in this, right? I do feel like I may be talking to a masculine, right? This could be even a masculine. Masculines have been in very toxic relationships. I have seen them. When I was with my first husband, we were both in toxic relationships, right? Like, we were both, like, it was equal for that one. It was equal. We were both very young. He was very immature, and I had only seen toxicity in relationships through my parents, right? But then I was later on in another relationship where it was almost fully them. It was like 99.5% them. Yeah. So yeah, I do feel like there's carefree time coming in, and I do feel like you guys are going to want to help others as much as you can, right? Yeah, and I feel like you're moving into, like, yeah, with spirituality. I feel like you're going to be divinely guided into who to help, into what to help, but also I feel like this came from, like, emotional loss. Like, I feel like you went through a lot of loss. Some of you guys could have a loss in your family, and you guys are getting like an inheritance. And I'm so sorry for your loss. Hopefully this is not something new, because I don't want to be the one to tell you that. But that could be one of the reasons, right? But if not, this is turning you, yeah, because there's something here about illness and fatigue and loss. So I would just be careful. I mean, there's nothing you can do, right? But this could be an inheritance that is coming in, right? And so there could be a loss that is coming in. Either way, this is going to be a brand new beginning for you, okay? Yeah, I know you're like, you say that and then you're like, brand new I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so I feel like this is going to be good for you eventually after you heal, right? Plus, a lot of people travel when they're going through, like, heartache. Like, it really is good to leave the space that you're in and go travel to be able to heal, right? Quiet time. Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. Yeah. I hear they're saying, like, in the roughest emotions, take the time to meditate. It will help a lot. A lot. It will help a lot. And I know there probably will be, like, a lot of anger, a lot of emotions, but yeah, I just bit my tongue. Take a leap of faith. Take a risk and put your heart's true desire into action. Yeah, whatever it is that you're trying to do, especially if this isn't a loss, right? Do whatever it is that's calling to you. I feel like this is divine intervention for you, to be honest with you guys. But with abundance, right? Alright, Capricorns, I'm going to leave it here. I hope this helped. I love you guys so much, and I will see you soon. Bye!